What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back with another review of Next Gen NYC. Let's go ahead and get right into this review. This is Season 1, Episode 4, and the episode is titled Apology Not Included. Y'all, so we get this montage of what everybody got going on. Charlie is in his nasty-ass house. Riley is practicing her DJing skills. Ariana and Hudson, they have found their new apartment, which is $10,000 a month, and Gia was filming a podcast with her mom. All right, let's go ahead and move on from that. Oh, also in this montage was Brooks. Brooks and his weird-ass parents, they're doing some weird-ass shit. And basically, Brooks, he's feeling away about his parents, okay? Because when he moved to New York, then the whole family came to New York. That's the first thing. Secondly, he feels away because his father has met with Charlie. And at the end of the day, he never asked his father to do that. Also, at the same time, he feels like he does not have his own friends because his parents, like, they intrude on his friendships. And also, he's friends with probably, like, a lot of their friends. The shit is really weird. Like, there's never been a time when I, like, thought my mom's friends was my friends. Like, those are my mama's friends. There's just a certain level that our friendship is not going to pass. I'm not just going to be hanging out with my mama's friends. That's weird. So, for his dad to then want to be around Charlie and shit, it's giving his dad, not that he doesn't like Brooks, not that he don't like him, but he wished that he had a son like Charlie. Like, he wants a son that is like a mover, a shaker, into all the things. And Brooks don't really give off that vibe because Brooks kind of keep his shit private from his parents. Okay? Like, I feel like Seth is the type of person that want to live vicariously through his children. Definitely a weirdo. Okay? So, what was another strange thing to me was that Brooks, he wanted to know, like, what did his dad even talk to Charlie about? And y'all, this man is going on and on about how Charlie is so authentic and how he's not a bullshitter. Sir, who did you meet with? Because, baby, that's exactly who he is, okay? And then he wants to bring up Dylan. I'm like, no. We're not about to bring up Dylan or his sexuality. Get this man off my screen. Bye, Seth. Like, this is just not the move, okay? So, after that, y'all, we slide on over to Charlie. He meets up with his dad and his dad's girlfriend. Now, his dad is asking him about his love life, and baby, Charlie is out here for the streets, which is fine. Do your thing. The girlfriend, she ends up asking Charlie, like, oh, you want to hang out over the weekend? Like, you know, it'll be a lot of fun. And he's like, yeah, I'll bring some friends. It'll be fine. Y'all, in this moment, I feel like because Charlie has such a tumultuous relationship with his dad, he thinks that everything that his dad says is a dig. But really, I think his dad just be joking with his ass. Because even when they were like, oh, what building, the last building that we lived in, like the apartment went up to the 32nd floor. And the dad was like, no, it only went up to 25. And then it became like a whole bet. But like, I don't think it was serious the way Charlie is taking everything so serious with his dad. Now, moving on from there, we see Ava. She ends up calling her dad Dame. And y'all, we learn about this golf tournament, right? At first, I thought it was the white cast members doing this whole golf tournament. But no, it's actually Dame's. And she wants to invite Brooks and Charlie. But then she's like, nah, I'm gonna take that invite back from Charlie because he getting on my nerves. So Dame is like, so what's going on with this Charlie kid? Like, what's the problem? And she basically gives him the rundown on Charlie getting into it with Riley. And how, you know, she tried to intervene and help the man out. But then he start, you know, lashing out at her. And Dame is like, well, hold on. What's this boy's relationship with his mama? Okay? Because something's not adding up. So Dame is like, you know, if he doesn't have a good relationship with his mama, he probably don't know how to treat women. Like, he doesn't treat women well at all. And at first he needs to learn to love himself. Now, that I agree with. I will say that this is probably the most knowledge I've seen Dame give on this show so far. Like, he is not wrong. Charlie does need to learn how to love himself. But also at the same time, Charlie has got to go through some type of therapy or some type of class, a course that teaches him to not be so fucking entitled and think that everything that he says is right. Can we start there? But let's slide on over to Georgia. Y'all, we kept seeing scenes with Georgia and this boyfriend of hers. His name is Omar. He runs a crypto business. He's basically a 9-to-5er while she's coming in the door at 5 a.m. Okay? Now, Georgia is planning to start her own business, and Omar is going to invest in it. They're basically mixing business with pleasure. Okay? Now, we actually see them a little bit later, and I'm just going to go ahead and wrap them on up. She's talking to Omar about what her plan is for the types of events that she wants to throw, right? So she's going over all these events, and she's like, here's the thing. The cool kids are doing nerdy things now. So we just got to do bowling, but make it sexy and cool. Girl, goodbye. I'm sorry, but the way she be talking as if she's really doing some groundbreaking shit, I'm just like, girl, this is cute. Just say you're starting an event planning business, and that's fine. It's totally fine. But she has this thing about her to where she wants things to be so grand, and it's like, chill out, sis. Please, chill out, okay? So, moving on from there, we see Ariana and Riley, they meet up, and basically we see a flashback. In the car ride back from Jersey, Brooks ends up calling Charlie, which was a complete waste of time because he just kept making excuses, and it got to the point where Ava was fed the fuck up. Ava was over Charlie's shit. She said, can I get the phone? Baby, she took that phone and hung it the fuck up. I said, okay, Ava? Now listen, Ava didn't really show up when she was on Growing Up Hip Hop, maybe because that was more of her brother's thing. But I'm kind of liking her. The way she hung that phone up because she was so sick of Charlie. Okay? So, we go back to the Atlanta girls. Yes, I'm calling them the Atlanta girls because that is where they are from. Riley feels like Charlie is too old for this shit, okay? He's too old to be acting the way he does. He's too old to not have any type of understanding. And I completely agree. There's no excuses for Charlie at this big ass age, okay? So Ariana basically tells Riley that, she's in her corner and she'll always, speak up for Riley. But I'm like, sis, you didn't say a word in that moment. But okay. At this point, Riley does not want to be friends with Charlie. And honestly, she shouldn't. Riley, he has already shown you his hands. He has already shown you his cards. Baby, don't be friends with that man. We see Charlie. He's already 45 minutes late to get to his dad's barbecue. Georgia, Brooks, and Dylan, they are going to go with him. And he kept trying to get Ava to come. But baby, Ava was not responding, okay? Now, we jump on over to Ariana and Hudson, y'all. They are moving into their apartment. Yes, their $10,000 a month apartment. They signed a 1-year lease. And baby, they also had to pay the broker $18,000. Like, y'all, I don't understand New York. Like, this is crazy. So, moving on from there, let me go ahead and slide on over to this conversation that happened in the car with Charlie and him. So, they're talking about how Georgia, we learned her dad passed away when she was young, right? And she's been in therapy since she was 5. And then she stopped going like a year ago. Charlie says that he was in therapy all throughout high school because he had beef with his dad. Y'all, I'm telling you, it's giving Charlie was an asshole. And he did not want to deal with any type of authority. Charlie gives me the vibes that he always felt like he could do whatever the fuck he want to do. And if his dad tries to tell him anything, he would rebel. That's the vibe that I'm getting, okay? Now, moving on from there, y'all, we do see Kim Zolciak. She is calling her daughter because she's like, yeah, I want to see the place. I'm like, Ariana, don't show your mama that. Do not show your mama your apartment because, listen, she's one step away from trying to move in. Now, is she proud of her daughter? Yes. Hell, I'm still trying to figure out how much money did Ariana put in. Like, was this all Hudson? Did y'all split it? What's going on? What's the numbers? But moving on from there, y'all, we got to get to this party at Charlie family house. Baby, they got money for sure because the daddy was living in an apartment. They got a whole nother house somewhere. And, okay, I see what's happening here. Now, Charlie is talking to his dad, right? He's like, thanks for hosting. Thanks for being understanding because, like the cameras are here and everything. And the dad is chill. Dad cool. Dad is like, okay, so what are your plans? Because you about to be 30 real soon. Oh, Charlie don't want to talk about it because he don't have a fucking plan. That's the problem here. Y'all, I feel like for real, Charlie's dad is sick of Charlie's shit. He has been carrying this boy, because he's not a man. He's been carrying this boy his whole life. And Charlie ain't putting in no fucking effort. He's not. Think about it. If that boy has a master's degree, sir, what were you planning to do with the master's degree? Because this ain't even a situation where you went back to school or like you went to continue your education because you wanted to further your career. This ain't even that. Like, it's giving, I don't know if the parents, or at least his dad was like, listen, for me to continue to keep paying for your lifestyle, you gonna have to be in school or something. And that's what Charlie went and did. He went and got in some classes just so that his dad can keep paying for him. That's the vibe that I'm getting. Because none of this shit is making sense. Like, I really feel like Charlie just wants to coast through life without anyone saying anything to him. And baby, that's not how that works. Like, I'm telling y'all, his dad is tired of having to afford that man's lifestyle. And at the same time that they're talking, we see Georgia is talking to the group about Charlie's relationship with his dad. And she feels like, they just kind of get fed up with each other. And his dad has high expectations of him. You're damn right. If I'm rich, I'm just saying, if I'm rich and I gave you access to the best of the best education, the best vacations, the best this, the best that, your bare minimum, okay, your bare minimum is to make something of your fucking self. Come on now, like, we gotta call a thing here. Like, that's your bare minimum. Charlie is a fucking bum. So, as she's saying all of this, right, she then goes on to say that Charlie told her that he can't stay with his dad because his dad doesn't want him around. And that's why he gives him money. I don't think that's the case. I feel like the dad is giving him money to be like, listen, are you investing in your future? Here's some money so that way you're not homeless, but do something with your fucking life. So, I don't even know who the girl was. I don't know if it was Charlie's dad's girlfriend's daughter or who that other girl was, but I was with her because this whole time that Georgia is giving this speech, she's acting like Charlie is a teenager. And that girl, she looked at Georgia and she was like, I mean, come on, Charlie is grown. Like, Charlie is 30 years old. What are we talking about? This boy ain't 15. He ain't 20. Hell, he ain't even 23, 25. He's about to be 30. Now, Charlie, he come back over there with his friends, and now he got an attitude. Sir, nothing that your father did was wrong to me. I'm sorry. It wasn't. So, y'all, we jump on over to the golfing event, right? Y'all, hold on. Is this low-key giving how Dame is just trying to take over the show? Because y'all know he love to do that, right? But anyway, he's hosting this golf event. Come to find out, it's actually with a bunch of principals and superintendents who are at schools that are like, I don't want to say impoverished. That's not the word. But more of like the urban schools, the schools that don't always get all the funding. You know what I'm talking about. I can't think of the word right now. But it's basically a golfing event for them, right? I'm like, oh, okay, that's really cool. Y'all, it was a bunch of black folks. I said, see, again, Ava, read the room, baby. Read the room. This was not the time for you to invite Brooks and his dad. I get it, because they may be some white people that, play golf, but no, maybe you should have invited Riley, because Riley's black. Okay? You should have had Riley come play a little golf. Or maybe she invited Brooks and his dad because they about to donate a bunch of money. I don't know. But nonetheless, she goes on to talk about her parents. And of course, it's the same rundown about how, like, her dad did Rocawear and how her mom is a designer and all these things. But y'all, I did not know that the Andre Leon Talley was her godfather. I'm like, oh shit. Like, that's kind of a big deal. Okay. So we do see them all play a little bit of golf. And then Ava and Brooks, they kind of separate and they talk about Charlie's family barbecue. Ava feels like Charlie is always the center of the drama and she don't plan on reaching out to him. Okay. She's done with him at this point. And even Brooks, he brings up the therapy conversation and he's just kind of like, he's the one saying how we all need to go to therapy when really it's him. And here's my thing. Charlie has a problem with authority. He has a problem with anyone giving him advice because that man is a know-it-all, okay? Now, enough of all this golf stuff. Like, it started to rain. In that moment, I realized that Brooks is an idiot because, y'all, it was raining. He said, I think my phone fell out the golf cart. I promise you, golf carts have brakes. They really do. I'm not understanding why he didn't hit the brake and then look down on the ground and see if his phone was out there. Because a golf cart can only go so fast. Sir, what is wrong with you? And then for his dad to find the damn phone in the golf cart, I was done. Moving on, Ava, she meets up with Charlie. Not by her own choice, but because he ended up sending her a text and she's like, okay, fine. But please know that she was not the one to reach out first, okay? So basically, Charlie, he invited her out so that he could apologize to her. But honestly, I don't feel like he really meant it. He just wants Ava back as his friend. And Ava feels like, he kind of turned on her when she was just trying to help the situation. And now, according to Charlie, he's good with Riley because they met up earlier. And again, I still don't take his apologizing serious. But yeah, now Charlie and Ava, they're good. Now, he says that he is now into Ariana. And Ava is like, what do you mean you're into her? You see that she got a boyfriend. You met the damn boyfriend. They've been together for like 2 years. Here's my thing. That man said, if the opportunity presents itself, then basically he gonna try to knock her down. And I'm just like, wait a second. So you really would try to smash Ariana knowing that you met her boyfriend? You're trifling. But also, could you date somebody that's your own age? Ariana's 22 years old. Take your old ass on somewhere. Good God. But I get it. Because his raggedy ass will impress a person who's younger. Ain't no 30-year-old girl going for no damn Charlie. Regardless of how rich his family is, he's literally getting an allowance. No thank you. Moving on from there, y'all, we see Ariana and Hudson. So they meet up with this designer, right? And we learned that they plan on having a streetwear brand. And the designer is giving them all these, like, real aspects of being a designer. Like, how much money do you have in the savings? What you want your mission statement to be. What's your elevator pitch? All these things, right? And honestly, they have no idea what they're doing, okay? They don't. But honestly, I feel like sometimes, most people don't know what they're doing when they're trying to start a business. They just have an idea of what they want to do. And also, as I'm watching this though, y'all, I'm like, I understand where this man is coming from. Absolutely. He's right about everything that he's saying. However, I think the times are very different than when this guy may have started his streetwear brand. Because I'm just saying, Ariana has a social media following. I don't know if Hudson does as well, but she's kind of like an influencer. And you don't really have to have like high quality things. You don't really have to have like, the finest cottons and the finest this, that, another. Like, when I think of Ariana and this clothing line that she's trying to come out with, I don't think that she's trying to be like a real designer. You know what I'm saying? I just think she's going to drop like a few pieces here and there, maybe like some track suits or something, and call it a day. Like, no different than like Jada Waiter, right? Y'all know how Jada Waiter has, like, I think she does swimsuits and workout sets or something like that. It's a very simple line, okay? It's very simple, and at the end of the day, it's just for the money. And so that way, the people who support you, they can buy some merch, pretty much. All right, so moving on, y'all. We see the group meet up, and at first I was confused because I was like, y'all, why is Meredith here? But no, it's actually Chloe's birthday. So we finally see Ameerah. I said, girl, where have you been? We have not seen you, sis. And I will say this, everybody, look real cute or whatever for Chloe's birthday. My question was, where is Chloe's friends? Because these are all Brooke's friends. So where's Chloe's friends? Besides that, Ava and Brooks, they talk about her meetup with Charlie. And she's like, we good or whatever. And Brooks thinks that Charlie likes Ava. But baby, Ava don't like Charlie. Okay? She do not like that man. But she does tell Brooks that, hey, Charlie told me that he would be willing to hook up with Ariana, and just kind of push Hudson away to the side. We then see Ameerah, Brooks, and Ava talk. And Ava's like, yo, I did not know that Ariana is a fashion designer. I was surprised because when I see her, it's not giving fashion or that she's going to design a clothing line. Now, here's the thing. Ameerah, she feels like, Ava is talking shit. And, she feels that she's trying to put Ariana down. But let's be so fucking honest right now. When first of all, Ava's from New York, okay? That's number one. Number two, y'all know, usually the New York girlies, when they say they into fashion, they really be into, like, fashion. Like, real fashion, okay? Third, her mother is an actual designer. Like, Rachel Roy is an actual fashion designer, okay? Like, she had a brand that has been sold in retail stores, like her own designs, her own custom pieces, like a real designer, okay? Here's the thing. I think that, unfortunately for Ariana, with her constantly saying that she wants to have like a fashion brand and a fashion line, but really it's giving you want a t-shirt brand. Like, by her saying she wants a streetwear brand, y'all, that let me know that it's going to be t-shirts, tracksuits, and what? Maybe like some shorts, and not even like denim. I mean like a cotton short. Like, it's not giving a fashion line. It's like a quick and easy money grab. Okay, if we really want to be honest. So I get what Ava is saying. And this is not trying to knock, what's her name? This is not trying to knock Ariana at all. But I just think that when Ava hears a fashion line, she's thinking like actual design, like real sketches, not graphic t-shirts. Not you having some tracksuits and you just put your little label on it. But, that's also design. That's also design, okay? So then we see Brooks go over and be messy because he ends up telling the other girls what Ava had to say. And Ariana, she feeling away. Like, honestly, Ariana is pissed off because she's like, where's Ava with her sparkly shorts? No, I can't lie. I wasn't here for the sparkly shorts, but you know what? To each their own. So now we see Ariana and Riley, they go to the restroom, and Ameerah ends up joining them. So Ariana, she says that, she wants to make some money off this streetwear brand because at the end of the day, like, she also is still paying for her parents' bills. But that is my point. This is a money grab, Ariana. This has nothing to do with fashion. You don't care about fashion. This is I have such and such amount of followers. If I can sell something to, half of them, then I can make a nice chunk of money. I get it. Do your thing, girl. But like I said, I don't think that Ava thought this girl meant just like a t-shirt brand or like a streetwear brand. I really think that she looked at her and was like, designer, like, what are you designing? Where are your custom pieces? She's not that girl. So Ava ends up talking to Brooks, and she's over him because he's like, I told Ariana what you said. And she's like, okay, you're being messy. But she does say in her confessional that, she didn't expect for Brooks to do that, but it's not like she won't say this to Ariana's face. So what happens is Ariana comes in and she sits next to Ava, and that is where the episode ends. And I'm just like, okay, cool. So the girl's about to go back and forth. I love that for us. Y'all know what? This show ain't too bad. It's really not. I'm kind of liking it, okay? But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought about it. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.